use a lot of single overhead cam, and there's a lot of interesting reasons. So when you look at this topic for, like, let's say a car debate, there's a lot of back and forth, and the most common responses you'll hear that dual overhead cam revs higher or it breathes better. That's a term I'm hearing a lot, breathes better. Well, if you use a forked rocker arm, you can get the same amount of valves in a single overhead cam versus a dual overhead cam. So the reason it's used in airplanes, so a lot of the planes built in France during World War I and World War II were using what's called the Hispano-Suisse engine, which is Spanish and Swiss, and the engine was actually manufactured in France. The reason it was manufactured as a single overhead cam is because it was actually much lighter, and maintenance and reliability when you're talking about aircrafts is even more important, even than with all the regulations with car manufacturers. The airplane regulations are, believe it or not, even stricter than car regulations. So I think that tells you sort of the answer is cars are trying to achieve these fuel economy standards, which require the dual overhead cam because you can have the variable valve timing, variable valve lift, everything that adjusts sort of the valve operation, which is much harder to do when you're using a single overhead cam technology. So single overhead cam in cars has mostly been phased out in favor of these fuel-saving technologies. But when performance, reliability, and the weight is most important, there are many planes that, believe it or not, still today are using single overhead cam. There's this company called Aero Momentum. If you want to build a kit plane, it's still considered the most reliable, cost-effective way to start building airplanes. Now, back during World War I, there was competition from basically all these different countries had like prototypes. So they had to pass these crazy parameters